Hello and welcome to my shop. This is a review of the Jet JCDC-2 Cyclone dust collector. This is their 2 horsepower short cone Cyclone dust collector. I bought this machine in December of 2016 and it's now December of 2020, so I thought I'd give it a review. So I'll quickly list out its positives. It's powerful, it's short, and it just works. On the negative side, the remote is far too big, and the short cone design leads to lots of chips getting into the overflow bag. So let me jump into some of those details. So in my old shop, I kept this dust collector in a weird little room in the corner of my basement with a super short ceiling. The ceiling base was about here, so I had to mount this handle upside down. So I was able to thankfully find a machine that fit in that space and that was able to get the job done. The bin is easy enough to remove. You just flip up these 2 handles, which lifts the lid, and there you go. I don't use this as a mobile unit, but it certainly does move around easily enough on its little casters. If you have lots of cracks or unevenness in your floor, I think that these small casters would be an issue, so keep that in mind. And let me talk about its power. So this is a 2 horsepower machine, so not top end, and it's able to move wads of wood turning shavings through about 35 feet of 6-inch PVC with no problems whatsoever. The shavings don't get caught in the lines, there's no debris buildup. It frankly works much better than I thought it was going to in this space. In my old shop, I had 4-inch PVC lines, and even through this adapter, using some flex hose, there's like 6 feet of flex hose leading into the PVC. Then I had maybe 25 feet of 4-inch PVC going to my lathe. It was still able to do a really good job of moving air through there. Now on the negative side, I'll start with the remote. I really dislike the remote. It's huge. It's a bulky thing to have in your pocket. It takes up an entire pocket in your shop apron. I see lots of dust collectors on the market with a simple key fob style remote, and I really wish I had one of those. Another negative is just due to the short cone design. This is a common problem to any short cone dust collector, not just the Jet, in that the filter catch bag fills up pretty quickly. I'd say that this guy needs changing once for about every 5 of the main bin. And my final negative is that the bearing or something in the motor in here will exhibit a really high-pitched squeal for about 20 seconds when you first turn it on in cold weather. I'll have a video of that at the end of this. Now that squeal hasn't presented itself to be an actual problem, so I just ignore it, but I really wish it wasn't there. Now, because I love you guys and I want you to have the best tool review experience possible, I'm going to change the catch bag just to show you how much it sucks changing this thing. I really hate it. And now while I start this, I'll mention that the Clearview dust collector and likely other higher end dust collectors, they have a solid drum or something like that, a solid container that sits down below the main the filter. And golly, that'd be much nicer to use. This bag is nonsense. All right, get out of here. So I found it to be helpful to attach pieces of tape to the plastic bag in order to keep it up around the filter. Otherwise, if you have a helper or 3 hands, you could do this, but I have neither, so here we are. And of course, everything is dusty and dirty, so it's difficult to get anything to stick to anything. Great. Well, that'll do her. So that wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it's certainly, it could be much easier. It could just be a locking bin that goes up on there. So if you do have one of these things, take my advice and tape the bag to the filter. Otherwise, you'll drive yourself crazy trying to change the bag. Well, thanks for watching. I hope this was useful. Stay tuned for a short clip of the dust collector running, as well as a clip of that squeal I talked about earlier. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And away she goes. Here's where the dust collector normally lives, over here in the corner. And here is its piping coming out of the corner, going out to the rest of the shop.